Alright, let's talk Pokémon. It's huge, right? Everybody knows Pikachu. But where did it all come from? It all started with a kid in Japan named Satoshi Tajiri. Picture this, a young boy running around the fields, running through forests outside Tokyo. He wasn't inside playing video games, not yet anyway. He was outside exploring. His big hobby? Collecting bugs, finding them, studying them, trading them with his friends. It was his whole world. His friends nicknamed him Dr. Bug. Can you believe that? The guy who created Pokémon was called Dr. Bug. That's just fantastic. As he got older, the fields vanished. The forests disappeared too. They were replaced by buildings and parking lots. It was a little sad. The places where he found his cool bugs were gone, but that feeling of discovering and collecting stuck with him. He wanted other kids to feel that same adventure. Kids finding something new and exciting. A powerful idea, born from love of nature and childhood nostalgia. It was about to change everything. So Game Freak gets to work. It took them 6 long years. 6 years. That's a long time. People at Nintendo didn't totally get the idea at first. A game about catching bugs? But a very smart man, the legendary Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who created Mario and Zelda, he saw something special in it. So in 1996, Japan gets Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green. Can you imagine being one of the first kids to play that? You pick your first Pokémon. Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, that choice. It was the biggest decision of your life back then. I would have picked Charmander for sure. The game was simple, but it was genius. You're a kid from Pallet Town and you go on an adventure to become a Pokémon master. You explore the Kanto region, walking through tall grass when suddenly, BAM! A wild Pidgey appears. You have to battle it, weaken it, and then throw a Pokeball. The little wiggle, 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 and click, you caught it. That feeling was the best. But here's the real magic, you couldn't catch all 150 Pokémon in just one game. Some were only in red and some were only in green. That link cable went from being a neat accessory to the most important thing you owned. Kids were meeting up on playgrounds and schoolyards everywhere just to trade. It created a real-life social network. And then there were the battles. Oh, the battles were epic. It was all about strategy. Should you use a water type against their fire type? It was like chess, but with fire-breathing dragons and electric mice. The bragging rights were huge. Just when you thought it couldn't get any bigger, it did. Big time. The year after the games came out, the Pokémon anime hit the airwaves in Japan. Suddenly, these little pixelated creatures had voices and personalities. We met Ash Ketchum, a 10-year-old kid with a big dream and a stubborn Pikachu who wouldn't get in his Pokeball. I love that Pikachu. So much attitude. We followed Ash, Misty, Brock on their journey across Kanto. We saw the Pokémon world in a whole new way. It wasn't just about stats and moves anymore, friendship, loyalty, and adventure. The show was a massive, massive hit. It put a face to the franchise. Pikachu became an icon overnight. The theme song? Come on, you know it. I want to be the very best like no one ever was. It was an anthem for a generation. When it went international in 1998, the whole world got swept up in the excitement. It was the perfect entry point for kids who didn't even have a Game Boy. And then came the cards. Oh, the Pokémon trading card game. This was a game changer. It took the collecting and battling from the video game and put it right on your kitchen table. The artwork was incredible. You could actually hold a Charizard in your hand. And not just any Charizard, a holographic one. Finding a shiny rare card in a booster pack was the ultimate treasure hunt. I remember kids' binders, filled with pages and pages of cards, all neatly organized. It was serious business. You had your trade binder, your battle deck, and your super rare cards that you never ever let anyone touch. The combination of these 3 things, the games, the anime, the trading cards, was unstoppable. It was a triple threat. You could play the game, watch the show, and collect the cards. They all fed into each other, creating this giant, immersive universe. And then came the merchandise, toys, clothes, movies, lunchboxes, you name it, it had a Pokémon on it. The first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, was a huge event. People were crying in the theater, crying over Pokémon. It showed just how deep the connection was. Pokémon wasn't just a fad, it was a cultural force that was taking over the entire planet. You think they'd stop at 151 Pokémon? No way! In 1999 we got Generation 2. Pokémon Gold and Silver. This was huge. Johto, a whole new region, beautiful and full of history. 100 new Pokémon. Totodile, Cyndaquil, Chikorita. Dark type added, Steel type added, Pokémon breeding. Daycare eggs. The innovations kept coming. Generation 3. Hoenn, Ruby and Sapphire on GBA. Better graphics, double battles, 2 Pokémon per side. Chaos. Awesome chaos. Generation 4, Diamond and Pearl on Nintendo DS, monumental leap, online trading and battling worldwide. The playground became the entire planet, friends across the globe in Spain or Australia. Spin-offs kept it fresh. Pokémon Snap, Pokémon Stadium, Pokémon Mystery Dungeon. Each generation equals new region inspired by real places. Unova, New York City, Kalos, France, Mega Evolution in Kalos, Alola, Tropical Islands, Galar, Britain-inspired, Paldea, Spain, Open World. Over 1,000 Pokémon now. The journey from 151 to a sprawling adventure continues. Pokémon didn't just stay in the world of games and cartoons, it exploded everywhere. It became a true pop culture giant. I'm talking movies, music, memes, everything. The Pokémon movies became these huge annual events. Every year, a new adventure, a new legendary Pokémon, and a new reason to go to the theater with all your friends. They weren't just kids' movies, they had real heart and big exciting stories. They tackled themes of friendship, sacrifice, and nature. Remember the first movie, Ash Turns to Stone? Devastating, but it showed that these stories had real emotional weight. Then you have the music. Sure, there's the iconic anime theme song, but it goes so much deeper. In 2021, they released a whole album for Pokémon's 25th anniversary featuring Katy Perry, Post Malone, J Balvin. Post Malone did a virtual concert as a Pokémon trainer. It was wild. It showed that Pokémon had transcended its origins. It wasn't just for kids anymore. The kids who grew up with it were now adults, and the franchise was growing with them. And the memes? Oh, the internet loves Pokémon. Slowpoke meme for when someone is late to a joke. Confused Psyduck holding its head. These little inside jokes connect fans all over the world. It's a shared history. When Detective Pikachu came out starring Ryan Reynolds, it was a gigantic hit. A live-action Pokémon world. It proved that Pokémon could succeed on the biggest stage in Hollywood. The influence even reached high fashion. Seriously, brands like Adidas have done Pokémon sneakers. You can buy a $1,000 Pikachu necklace from Tiffany and Company. Pokémon has also become a staple at events like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, with that giant Pikachu balloon floating through New York City every year. It's a symbol. It shows that Pokémon is right up there with Mickey Mouse and Snoopy. It's a permanent and beloved part of our cultural landscape. Here's one of the most special things about Pokémon. It's my favorite part. It brings people together. Not just friends, but families. Think about it. The people who were kids when Pokémon Red and Blue came out in the 90s? They're adults now. They have their own kids. And what are they sharing with them? Pokémon. Parents who know all the original 151 Pokémon by heart. Teaching their kids about Bulbasaur. Teaching their kids about Squirtle. Kids who teach their parents about the new Pokémon from the Paldea region. It's a shared language between generations. It creates these amazing bonding moments. Dad and daughter on a couch watching the Pokémon anime together. Mom helping her son build a Pokémon TCG deck. Families teaming up for raid battles in Pokémon Go, running around the park to catch a legendary Pokémon. It turns a simple walk into an exciting adventure. Everyone in the family can get excited. Youngest kid, parents, grandparents. It bridges that age gap in a really fun and natural way. The cross-generational appeal exploded when Pokémon Go launched in 2016. It was a global phenomenon. Suddenly, everyone was outside. Huge crowds in parks, people staring at phones, swiping up to throw Pokeballs. It wasn't just one type of person. It was everybody. Teenagers, college students, parents pushing strollers, business people on lunch break, retirees. For one incredible summer, the world united in a quest to catch 'em all. It was beautiful. That's the real power of Pokémon. Not just cute monsters, not just cool battles. It's the shared experience. Nostalgia for parents, discovery for kids, a conversation starter. A reason to spend time together, trading cards, battling in video games, talking about your favorite Pokémon. It's Charmander, obviously. Creating memories. Pokémon built a legacy passed down from generation to generation. It's a family tradition, and that is just the coolest thing ever. So, let's put this in perspective. How big is Pokémon really? Is it bigger than Star Wars, bigger than Marvel? The answer is yes. It's bigger than both of them combined. It is, without a doubt, the highest-grossing media franchise in the entire world. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. It's incredible. When you add up everything, the video games, the movies, the merchandise, the cards, all of it, the total revenue is over $100 billion. That is a staggering number. It started as a little idea about catching bugs and grew into the most successful entertainment property in history. The video games are the heart of it all. The main series games have sold over 480 million units worldwide. That's almost 500 million games. And that's not even counting the spin-offs or the mobile games like Pokémon Go, which has been downloaded over 1 billion times. The games continue to break sales records with every new release. When a new Pokémon game comes out, it's a global event. Millions of people are ready to start a new journey on day one. This consistent success of the core product is the engine that drives the entire franchise forward. Then you have the merchandise. The sheer volume of Pokémon stuff you can buy is mind-boggling. There are over 25 Pokémon Center stores around the world, which are like Disney stores but for Pokémon. They are filled with every kind of plushie, figure, and accessory you can imagine. The Pokémon trading card game is a juggernaut on its own. They have printed over 52 billion cards. 52 billion. That is enough cards to circle the earth multiple times. Rare cards can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, making them serious collector's items like fine art but way cooler. What's the secret to this success? It's consistency and quality. For over 25 years, Pokémon has been delivering new content every single year without fail. There's always a new game, a new season of the anime, a new set of cards, or a new movie. It never goes away, but it also evolves. It keeps the core ideas that people love, collecting, battling, friendship, while always adding new twists to keep it fresh. It manages to be both nostalgic and modern at the same time. It's a simple formula, but it's executed perfectly, allowing it to capture the hearts and wallets of fans year after year all over the world. Okay, so Pokémon has conquered the world. What's next? Where can it possibly go from here? The future is so exciting to think about. Technology is moving so fast and Pokémon is always ready to embrace it. Think about virtual reality, augmented reality. We got a little taste of AR with Pokémon Go, seeing a Pikachu standing right there in our living room. Now imagine putting on a VR headset and actually stepping into the world of Pokémon. A person wearing a VR headset reaching out to pet a holographic life-sized Pikachu in a neon-lit room. Walking through Viridian Forest, seeing the Pokémon all around you, reaching out and actually feeling like you're petting your Eevee. That's the dream, right? Fans have been dreaming of a full-scale Pokémon MMO, a massively multiplayer online game for years. Imagine a single giant open world like in the newest games, but filled with millions of other real players. Form guilds, build your own secret bases, take on epic world-spanning quests together, compete in global tournaments. The technology is getting closer and closer to making this a reality. A game where every trainer from every country can exist in the same space, exploring and battling together. That would be the ultimate fulfillment of Satoshi Tajiri's original vision of connection. And what about outside of games? The anime just went through a huge change, with Ash Ketchum finally becoming the world champion and retiring as the protagonist. Now we have new heroes and new stories. This opens the door for so many possibilities, from the perspective of a gym leader, from the perspective of a member of Team Rocket. And then there are theme parks. Universal Studios Japan already has some Pokémon attractions, but can you imagine a full-blown Pokémon land? Ride on a Lapras, explore a real-life Pokémon Center, eat at a restaurant run by Mr. Mime, yes please. The world of collectibles will also keep evolving. We're already seeing luxury brands get involved, but this could go even further. Limited edition high-end figures by famous artists. Exclusive digital collectibles like NFTs that prove your ownership of a one-of-a-kind digital Pokémon. And the franchise will continue to be a force in other areas like sports and education. Official Pokémon video game and card game world championships treated like real sports. Pokémon can even be used to teach kids about strategy, math, different cultures, since the regions are based on real-world places. The future is wide open. When you boil it all down, what makes Pokémon so special? Why has it lasted for so long, and why will it continue for generations to come? I think it comes down to a perfect mix of things. It's the thrill of discovery, that feeling you get when you step into the tall grass, not knowing what you'll find. It's the joy of collecting, filling up your Pokédex and your card binder, that satisfying feeling of completion. It's the excitement of the battle, training your team, and proving you have what it takes to be the very best. These are simple, powerful ideas that anyone can understand and enjoy. But more than that, Pokémon is about friendship. It's in every part of its DNA. It's the friendship between a trainer and their Pokémon, like Ash and Pikachu. They're more than just a master and a pet, they're partners who help each other grow. It's the friendship between players who connect over a link cable or the internet to trade and battle, helping each other on their journeys. It's a franchise that encourages you to go out, meet people, and share your passion. It's inherently social and positive. It's about building a community, and that's a beautiful thing. This blend of nostalgia and innovation is what keeps it alive. Seeing a Bulbasaur, seeing a Jigglypuff, brings back a flood of happy memories from our childhood. It's comfort food for the soul. But at the same time, Pokémon never stands still. It's always giving us new creatures, new worlds to explore, and new ways to play. It respects its past while always looking toward the future. This balance ensures that it never feels old or stale. There's always something new to be excited about, whether you're a returning fan or a brand new trainer starting your very first adventure. In the end, Pokémon gives us a world that is better than our own. It's a world full of adventure where friendship is the greatest power and where anyone, no matter where they come from, can set out on a journey to achieve their dreams. It captures the magic of childhood and reminds us that there's always something new to discover, both in the game and in ourselves. That's why we'll always love it. That's why we'll share it with our kids and they'll share it with theirs. Pokémon is more than a game, it's a journey we're all on together. And that journey is far from over. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Tommy James Most Random for more awesome content. Thank you for watching.